So what happens when we want to insert an image? The right tag is image, img, and of course we have to indicate where the image is, where the file is. So we need an attribute which is source. Now I have put this here. I put here an image, sorry, called picture.jpg, so which is in the same folder as the online file, the index.html. And then I have to close the tag. However, the image tag does not have a proper closing tag, so we are not going to have this thing, for the simple reason that it's always empty, so we have nothing to put here. So why use a closing tag? So we only have to close it like this. Do not forget the space here. So I'm going to reload, and this is what happens. So we've got some other attributes to see. So one of them is alt equals, do not forget the space between attributes, and within quotes and you've got in quotes you've got a text which is going to appear in case the image does not load properly in the browser. So if it doesn't appear, the audience is going to have this text shown to him, and then we can have another attribute such as width, and of course height of the image. These attributes are not going to modify the original file itself, just the way it is opened in the index.html. So I could go 400, 300. Do not respect the ratio, so it might become something like this. So pay attention and calculate the ratio and reduce it properly. Something else that you might want to do is transform the image to a link. So when a person clicks on the image, they are going to go to a certain or place or document or URL. So in order to do this, this is the tag for image. So you only have to nest it in an A. So here in an A tag, and of course do not forget the href equals, and I'll put something like I don't know, like this. It doesn't matter. Here and then sorry, this one, and here you go. So I will go to here, refresh. It's okay now. Look at the cursor, the mouse cursor becomes a hand. So that means it's clickable. So I click, and I go to the address indicated with the href attribute. There's some other interesting stuff you can do with an image. It depends. For example, do you want to align, let's see here, I'll write something, and so the paragraph is going to appear just after the image. So the image is by its own on a different line. It's like a paragraph on its own, but you can use alignment attributes. So these are the attributes, the required attributes, the source and alt. And then you've got align, border, etc. You can see here in the HTML W3 Schools HTML tutorial that some tags and attributes are deprecated, so we use style sheets instead that are going to be reviewed in a few tutorials. So align border, so in the alignment specifies the alignment of an image according to surrounding elements. So this is what we need. So align, and you can have, for example, something like align value, left, right, align the image to the left. So what you can do is this. You put the text, the paragraph, in the same tag, like this. So the image and the text are in the same tag, in the same the same paragraph. Let's start without using the align attribute. What happens? By default is going to the left, because you can see here that we first indicate the image and then we have the text, so the image goes to the left. Of course, you can do align equals right. So don't forget the double quotes, and you've got this. Then you can have middle, of course we need to write down more text in order to see what happens really. That's better. So you've got middle. It's not, I don't see what happens with the middle, and I suppose it's because, it's when you have text before and after. So there you go, something like this, etc, etc. So you go top, bottom, and all, and you've got here some an image with a line bottom, etc. So you can see what happens. We don't have to use everything to try out everything. So, and then you've got something like this. So align left and all. And here is another interesting thing, is this is an image. You can separate the image, and some parts of the image can be clickable. So for example, you're going to use map, the tag map, but first of all, look at this. We use the image tag in order to indicate the image. So you've got the source, width, height, and alt. You've got a use map. You've got the number sign, use map equals, and between quotes, number sign planet map. So after closing up the image tag, you've got a new tag called map, in map, and name equals in the same name as in the use map. However, we do not have the thing here, the number sign. If you don't use the same thing, this tag is not going to be linked to this specific occurrence of image. So you have to use the same. Be careful. So, and then you've got area, shape, rectangle, a circle, and you have the coordinates. For rectangle, for example, you have to indicate the position of the point in the top left corner of the rectangle, and then the top right corner. So this area here is this area with these coordinates, and we can see area alt sun href sun.htm. So that means it's like an a tag. So if I click here, look at the cursor, it becomes a mouse, it becomes a hand. I can click, and this is the sun.htm link or file. Then you've got area, shape, coordinates. So you've got the x and the y has to be here, and you've got 3, which is the radian of the circle, whose center is at the 90, 58 coordinates. So the alt is Mercury, and then if I click, I'm going to Merkur .htm, which is this one. And of course, I do the same thing with this one. So it's quite easy. It's quite interesting as an option. However, the most problematic issue with the image tag is how to locate the file indicating the source attribute. So watch the next tutorial to find out how the difference between relative and absolute addresses. And I just discovered I made a mistake. So we just saw the left and right alignment for the image tag, and so we saw that if you do align left, that means that you've got the image on the left and the text on the right, and then vice versa. And when I presented the middle attribute value for the attribute align, I said that it has to do with when you can use it when you have text before and after the image, which is not correct. Actually, middle has to do with vertical alignment,